Hello, my name is Arthur Cardenas, and this will be my special occasion speech for my Speech 101 class. There are few men who have the genius, business knowledge, and courage to innovate like former CEO of Apple Incorporated, Steve Jobs did. He was a board member of successful companies like Pixar and Disney, and contributor to even more. He had the dedication and vision to revolutionize the technology industry with his many creations. The late Steve Jobs will be missed, but fortunately be forever remembered for his passion and significant contributions made to the modern world. Steve Jobs was born on February 24th, 1955, in San Francisco, California. Because of his mother's father being opposed to his parents' marriage, he was put up for adoption and taken in by a family of Paul Jobs and Clara Jobs. He attended school in Cupertino, California, while paying frequent visits to lectures by a computer company called Hewlett-Packard, which is where he also got his first job. Jobs attended college at Reed College in Portland, Oregon, and stubbornly continued classes there, even while he had to resort to sleeping in his friends' bedrooms and even accepting free meals at the local temple. Jobs' luck did turn around, though, in 1974, when he got a job as a technician at a video game company called Atari Incorporated, where he would meet Steve Wozniak, who would later become the co-founder of Apple Incorporated. Steve Jobs' life shaped him to become the innovator of technology that he's so well known for. Steven Wozniak would go on to invent the first small computer with a graphical user interface called the Macintosh. Surprisingly, however, Steve Jobs was fired from Apple for plans to oust his partner, and so created another company called Next, whose interfaces would form OS X, the basic operating system of Mac computers today. Soon after, he would also buy a company called the Graphics Group, later to be renamed Pixar, and serve as executive producer on their first film, Toy Story. In the meantime, Next would eventually be bought by Apple, where he would take a chief executive position and just 4 years later, in the year 2000, become CEO. It's then that Jobs was able to heavily influence the direction of the company, and thus Apple introduced the iPod portable music player and iTunes Store. The iPod, as you may well know, was wildly successful, and in 2007 Steve unleashed another industry changer called the iPhone, and in 2010 the iPad. This trio continues to be the most popular and widely lauded consumer electronic devices in their respective industries today. Steve Jobs helped impact the world, but not only with his physical creations, but with his ideas as well. Apple products' signature minimal industrialism look was heavily influenced by Steve Jobs and his earlier design work in his last company, Next. When he had created that company, he spent much attention and development into designing the look of the magnesium case for their computers, which were relatively thin and pleasingly polished, and that now what defines most Apple products today. Also, his obsession with minimalism and aesthetic perfection would carry over to the user interfaces on the products today as well, which are characterized by extreme ease of use and touch capability. In fact, this has also influenced consumer tastes, as the industry soon followed suit in releasing increasingly thinner, easy to use, and touchscreen phones and tablets. And as more and more consumers get used to the quality and function of Apple devices, the more other companies must adapt. Now, quality, durable aesthetics, and perfect ease of use is becoming standard, and even expected of, in any new electronic device that is expected to compete with any of Apple's products today. It's clear that the world has experienced a major loss with the passing of Steve Jobs. Only he could be so forward-thinking and courageous with his decisions and creations, and only he could impart such lofty standards and grand ideals onto the industries he was present in. Today, we honor his memory and what he's accomplished, and hopefully approach our own dreams in life with the same vision, perfectionism, and passion that Steve Jobs will continue to symbolize for future generations to come. Thank you for your time. Bye.